Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student,
Hi, I'm Verene, a psychology major student.
and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind.
Welcome back to the part 2 of this episode. If you haven't checked out part 1, feel free to do so. It's an amazing episode where Andrew and Verene shared about their vacation experience over their long weekend in Malaysia and the UK. And now we'll be starting part 2. Enjoy. The Cambridge trip. So what we did was that we went on and traveled straight to Brighton. Okay, so if I were to kind of put Brighton and Cambridge on the map, I'll say that Cambridge is, London is in the center. Cambridge is kind of on the top right corner. And then Brighton is kind of towards the bottom left corner of London. So we kind of have to travel through London. And then the whole journey was, I think, 2 hours, almost 3 hours through Thameslink, which is like kind of, I think, a frequent train service. We took that all the way to Brighton. And I guess there was a lot of people because unlike Cambridge, I guess Brighton is really, really the place where locals really like to go. I mean, I guess it's the most popular beach in the UK. That's why we went to somewhere where locals decided to go as well because it's a bank holiday as well. That's why a lot of people went there. It was really nice. The vibe was really good. Like over there, it's like the perfect weather. Imagine when you go to Malacca, because Malacca in Malaysia, when you travel, Malaysia is like average 33 degrees. It's sweaty, it's humid. When you travel around, it's hot. There's a lot of people and then you sweat and then you don't feel like walking anymore. You just feel like going back to the hotel. But over at Brighton, it's sunny, but it's not sweaty. It's just sunny. You feel the heat on your skin. Maybe you feel like some sweat is coming out, but then maybe a little bit that came out. But it doesn't make you totally sweaty and all that. So it was amazing. Yeah. And then it was sweaty and all that. So what was I gonna say? No, sorry, it's not sweaty and all that. It kind of makes you want to sweat, but then it doesn't sweat. It's like this perfect weather where you feel the warmth. And then it's like the perfect weather for walking around and all that. You won't feel sticky. You can literally just walk around all day and enjoy the time. But this time we learned our lesson. We realized that YHA allows us to actually drop our luggage. So we went there and dropped our luggage before traveling around. Brighton, amazing place.
Yeah.
Went to the beach, but it's actually it's not a sand beach. It's a stone beach. So we went to the stone beach. We had a few of the seafood over there. We have oysters, we have jellied eagles. So that's kind of like the delicacy. And then we have mixed seafood. Amazing. We traveled. We went to a few of their places. I mean, one of the reason why we were able to like travel so quickly around all these places is because we are not going to any museums, which we are very interested in, where we'll spend hours trying to check out all the stuff, and we don't have money because like most other places, it's like kind of a shopping destination. Like imagine like Thailand, where they have like stores and all that. So some places are like that. So we kind of just went through those places, which is really nice. But the thing is we are not there to shopping, and then we don't have that much money, so we kind of just like walk around, kind of just check out the kind of just do a vibe check and all that. But we did go for a Italian restaurant, which is amazing. We went there. We had a ham and truffle pizza, and when we went there, it was accidental. My friend just wanted to try it out, and then it turned out to be actually one of the better or best Italian restaurant that was recommended by my friend, which actually studied in Brighton. She actually said that this restaurant, it's absolutely recommended and certified by her Italian friend. Yeah, that's why. So yes, went there. Amazing food. We had some cheap Japanese food over there, but overall the vibe over there, I don't know, it's like the free-flowing vibe and all that. There's no restriction. You do whatever you want. It's cool. I mean, it's pretty much all this culture in the whole of UK, but then you can see that in Brighton, it's expressed a lot better. Something like that.
I don't get
Yeah.
it.
So how should I say this? So like all this kind of unrestrictive and freedom culture, it exists in the whole of UK. But over in Brighton, you can see that this culture is expressed a lot greater than everywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, like obviously, like even in Malaysia, you can see that probably like in Kuala Lumpur, it's a bit restricted because like the city culture, people working and all that, following rules and all that. So definitely, unlike in other places, it's slightly more restricted. So it's better there. It's cool, everything. Where was I? What? Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess there's this one point which I would like to point out because back then when I went to China, one of the time when I went back to my hometown, it was like winter time. It was winter. And then my friend was like, my relative. So we were traveling with our relative, and then one of my uncle wanted. It was quite cold over there. It's probably like Nottingham level weather right now, and then there's like huge winds and all that. So, why did I go so far? Actually, I'm not sure if the mic is recording me, but like I think I was trying to demonstrate what my uncle was wearing. So he was wearing like like all those winter jacket, like all those. What do they call it? Fluffy jacket, something like that. I don't know. Puffer jacket. Yeah, puffer jacket. That's the term. But then, funny thing, with actually really, really short, like literally with shorts. So yeah. So he was planning to do this, which is absolutely not a great idea because cold weather, windy. But then the thing is, our relative, just went and said that, you're not supposed to wear this. If you wear this, people would laugh at you. Or people would laugh at you. But I mean, okay, absolutely normal thing, you don't want to get laughed at and all that. But this kind of just showed the distinction between the China culture and the UK culture. Like, why do you care so much about what other people say and all that? I mean, it's cold. It's, of course, in the UK, they wouldn't just say that, go ahead. They'll probably, if they know that that's not such a good idea, they'll probably advise that, it might get really, really cold, but if you really want to wear this, why not? They wouldn't just say that, if you wear this, people will laugh at you because they don't care about that. Yeah, so this is a huge distinction about that. Like over in UK, in Brighton, I guess more in Brighton, because Brighton is somewhere where they promote a lot of, they promote LGBTQ plus very greater than other parts of the UK. So of course, there's a lot more freedom. You can always see people that wear more outlandish and more braver style compared to yours. So you're never the most unique one, which is amazing. Which is something which I always like about the UK. So yeah, went there. We had some Japanese food, cheap Japanese food recommended by my friend. We went to a beach bar. We didn't actually go into we didn't go to the club because the club and the beach bar, they're from the same company, just that the club was like indoors, beach bar is outdoor, but it was raining, so we couldn't see a sunset. But the beach bar was amazing. The drinks are expensive. We just bought like a pitcher of cider, and then we just drank there, tried to enjoy the vibe and all that. After that, we kind of just went back to our place. But it was amazing. We actually walked along the coast, and yeah, pretty much enjoyed the place. And people were swimming at like I think it was probably 17 degrees, but then it was really windy. Yeah, I mean, like, by just 17 degrees, you already got shocked, but then it was windy. Yeah. I'm not sure if there are naked swimmers. There might be naked swimmers. When I was looking from far away, I think there were naked swimmers, but I couldn't confirm because I was really far away and I couldn't just go down and confirm it. But yeah, and they were there and all that. But yeah, like that night we stayed in YHA as well. But this time around, unlike the one in Cambridge, because Brighton is a hot destination, so most of the rooms was taken up, and we only had 3 beds. Like literally, we got 3 beds. So it was like a dorm room of 8 beds, and then we are taking 3 beds. So yeah, I mean, it was okay. I think it was a hotel back then. That's why the room had its own bathroom with a bathtub, but there was just like 4 bunk beds, but then like each bunk bed is 2, so that kind of just make it 8 beds. So we kind of went there, enjoyed our time. But the thing is, I actually had a good sleep. I had a good sleep. It's warmer because there's no fan, so I by default I just slept without my clothes on. Easier. I don't want to sweat and all that. But my friend did have a good time because this is actually a very important thing. If you are sleeping in dorm, you need to make sure that you're always sleeping in a corner or away from any of the doors. So whether it's like toilet doors or like the entrance to the room, because obviously now that you're not alone, not alone, you can people can just go in and out all the time. So you want to make sure that you get the most peace for most of the time, So that's why it's better to just sleep at the corner and all that. So I made the right choice. I slept at the corner, not at any door. So I have a really good sleep. But but my friend actually had some, I think they got disturbed quite a lot. That's why they didn't have really good sleep. But the second day, what did we do? Oh, we had Leon, a healthy fast food, which is amazing. I had their muffin. So their muffin is actually avocado and halloumi muffin, which is amazing. Halloumi and avocado muffin. But the halloumi is basically like kind of grilled goat cheese, and then there was avocado, so that kind of makes a very, very good breakfast. But there was something that I really wanted to try. It was kind of, they had this thing called a pot. Which is kind of like, it's pretty much just like an average, like maybe like a coffee cup size, but then inside they put poached eggs, and then for this particular one they have poached eggs, they have salmon, and then they have avocado and something else which I forgot, mixed together, which already sounds amazing.
Pot.
And it was just like £3 something.
Pot as a POT pot?
Yeah, literally POT pot. Yeah, that's why something, it was just something like that. And then but because I only saw that after I ordered, so I didn't try that. But after that we went to the mall, check out some stuff, check out the Apple Studio, which I took a picture and sent it to you. We walked along the coast to the other side of Brighton, and then we had fish and chips over there. But fish and chips is actually, I don't know, it's very generic in the UK. The fish is nice, but never order the large portion, because they aren't giving you a fish that's any bigger, but they just give you a lot more chips. Yeah. And what I did was I just literally just ordered the cod, like the fish itself, and then I just ate that. But yeah, like that is pretty much everything in Brighton. Yeah. But actually by that time we actually have our ticket going back to Nottingham at like 6. But what we did was we decided to go back earlier, because we were gonna exchange in London, and then that ticket is like kind of flexible. So what we did is like, we have nothing else to go around in Brighton, so we just traveled all the way to London. Amazing. And then we spent I think around 5 hours in London. So in London, it was cool. Got to take the tube, because the tube is, I think, the oldest subway system around the world. So cool. I took that, but I have to say that it's quite special, because I mean the tube, some of the lines are literally few hundred years old. So the line itself, the tunnel itself, is a few hundred years old. The train itself is a lot younger, but it's still I think 30-40 years old. It's still 38-40 years old. I think they are gonna change to newer train set in the next 5 years. So we like literally the tunnel are really tiny. It's like you can see the tunnel height is literally, some people are taller than the tunnel height. So that's why you can see that even the train itself, it's really a tube shape. Probably that's where the tube name came from. And then the doors are actually curved. Unlike our MRT and all that, the doors are straight. This one, they have to make it curved, because they have to, the height is so low that they have to make sure that when it opens up, it's literally the ceiling height, so some people can just go in straight. It's easier for people to go in. Yeah, that's how small it is. That's why it's harder for them to design all this. But the most interesting thing about this train is that they have cushion seats, and then there is no warmer or or air conditioning.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's no warmer or air conditioning. There's just one option where you can open up ventilation and all that. So like it's closer towards summer, so they did open the ventilation, but I can imagine how warm it can get during summer. But during winter, I think it should be fine. So it was cool taking the tube, which is something which I always wanted to do. Then we went around. We went to see the Big Ben. Cool. I think Westminster Place, Westminster Abbey. I forgot what is that actually for. People were having a wedding there, so we're taking pictures of Westminster Abbey with someone that was taking their what's that? Their marriage photography. No, what's it? Marriage photography there, something like that. And then we went to Downing Street, 10 Downing Street. We actually didn't get to 10 Downing Street because the whole place was blocked, because 10 Downing Street is the Prime Minister's house. And then we went to Trafalgar Square, kind of like the most central area. I don't know, like one of the popular area in UK. And then we went to their British Art Museum. Amazing, a lot of arts. But I only recognize one, which is the Sunflower by Van Gogh. That's the only one I know. It was free. It was amazing. You can check out all the stuff, but then they actually have routes planned out for you. So like if you follow this route, it would take like 25 minutes and all that. We didn't do all that because we did all that, but we didn't spend 25 minutes. We maybe just spent like 10 minutes because we are not like really art focused and all that. So we kind of just went through that and then came out. And for dinner, we went for Shake Shack. Amazing. Shake Shack. Because I think I told you before, I wanted to have Shake Shack in Singapore. Didn't get that finally. Got to have a chance to have Shake Shack, which is quite good. And then we went to Chinatown. We walk around Chinatown, check out Chinatown. Cool, but a lot of places which requires you to pay in cash only. Terrible. We didn't really actually get into any place to have food. Like we just like kind of travel around Chinatown just to check it out, take some pictures. And we took the tube back to the station, the St. Pancras station. It's quite cool because St. Pancras station, it's called St. Pancras International. I think rarely you'll see places where they call their train station international, because over here in the UK, it's really an international station, so you can travel to Europe from this station. Yeah, they have Eurostar, and then they have, I believe they have immigration in between, so it was really cool. Like that's why it's like an international train station and all that.
It sounds interesting.
And we travel from there and back onto our back to Nottingham. That's it. So yes, that's like the interesting part about London. I guess how much did I share? Oops, okay, I shared very long. You shared for like 30 minutes, is it? Or 20 minutes? 20, like, how long? 28?
About 29
30.
maximum.
29. Okay, so I guess I contributed the other 40 minutes. The other 40 minutes of the conversation, which is amazing. So yes, this is actually what happened. I'm not sure if this part is boring. I don't know. I hope it is. I mean, it's really a fresh experience for me because going to all these places. But I'll say that it's cool, going to London. I saw people, which I'm not sure what's his age, probably like 50, 60, but he was like wearing proper suit and tie with vest and all that. Like it's really like very, very British kind of vibe, which is amazing. But I just, it's cool. Heading to London, seeing all this. I would say that living in London is probably not the best idea because the tube isn't that comfortable because it's really small. Because you have to imagine that it's designed for like 100 years ago. So it's small, it's complicated. It's like a maze inside. It's literally like a maze inside of the tube, which is, that's why. But it's cool. It kind of concluded this how long is it? 3-day 2-night trip in UK. Amazing trip.
Yeah, but at least it makes so much of fun out of it,
right? Fun, yes, of course, fun, but tiring. I mean, a lot. I would say that the main thing is that I got a lot more experience. A lot more experience, which is great. Yeah. But so. Wow, I think I'm not sure how many times have this happened, but so just purely because of our sharing, it already got past like the 1 hour mark. So now we're at 1 hour 10 minutes. So yes, okay. At this point, I think you know what? I think we just continue with the original topic that we wanted to talk about, and then we kind of just split it into 2 episodes.
Okay. You mean?
Shall we do that? Like we kind of just make it into a part 1 and part 2, since we never do that. And some people have been complaining that our episodes are too long, even though some of them are just like 30 minutes. So should we do that?
You mean which topic?
I mean, we haven't talked about any topic. We've been just sharing about our experience. The topic that we're gonna talk about.
Oh, okay. Okay, the one that we decided before we started the recording, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
yes,
okay,
exactly.
sure.
Yes, sorry for the 1 hour of sharing. It's quite amazing, you know. Imagine that we are just sharing about the experience that we had over the past week, and then it's already like, okay, like if we consider some movies are like 1 hour 30 minutes, it's almost the length of a movie, you know. It's almost the length of a movie, and we're just talking about whatever that's happened, and we spend an hour. It's been a real long time since this actually happened. Okay. So yes, so today, I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this topic for quite some time. I mean, it kind of just came up during my trip when I was traveling. I don't know where, traveling around UK, and then I just had this idea. But yes, I thought of like, why is our podcast actually getting shorter? So that's why I literally just want to talk about this topic. And today, because I wasn't able to record later because a few of my friends are already leaving UK, so we are going for ice skating thing, you know, probably eat out as well. I believe, and I just kind of as a celebration and all that. So actually, I'm not sure, because by the time we're ending ice skating, it's just like 3:30. Probably too early for dinner. But anyway, like of course that's out of the audience concerned. But yes, I just want to talk about this because this morning woke up. I thought that we only can make 1 episode, but turned out that maybe we can actually make this into 2 episodes, and then that's why I actually over at UK I woke up around 7 something, and then I just yesterday night I already proposed to Verene to record podcast an hour earlier so that we can share more about our stuff, because we tend to be very talkative, and then if we start talking, we would keep talking non-stop about our things that we kind of want to share. So I wanted to just record it early so that we can talk about all that stuff. But then I realized I woke up a lot earlier, so I kind of messaged Verene that, let's do it even earlier. I woke up 7, which is I think around 2 something in just now it was around 2 something in Malaysia, and we decided to start it. Well, she was a bit upset. She thought that we're just gonna chat first, but it turns out that I just wanted to record it earlier.
Yeah, of course, because Andrew texted me saying that can we call? I thought it's our usual call, but it turned out actually he wanted us to record the podcast now. I'm like, okay, I'm not mentally prepared. I prepared myself to start recording at 3, but then now I need to shift it earlier. Yeah.
I mean, eventually, because I know that eventually we're gonna record, and then we have, I don't know, we have non-stop conversations. So instead of talking about things and then stopping at 3 for an unwillingly record our podcast, might as well, let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and just continue, just record our podcast one shot, and then we will just talk endlessly. And so luckily this is what happened, and then we turned out to have a very long episodes, which can cover for 2 episodes. First time doing this, part 1, part 2. Hopefully I get some feedback from the audience. But yes, so and the reason, okay, back to the reason why I chose this topic, because this is actually a very casual topic where we don't need to specifically discuss about something. So this it comes intuitively. That's why we decided to talk about why is our podcast getting shorter, and it's some rare moments where I actually got some resources which I kind of thought beforehand on what we are going to talk about for this topic. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I talk about it. So, yes. Verene, would you like to start first? Anything that you like to talk about, in podcast? Okay, I guess I'll give some context in regards to this. So, if I were to look back at our episodes list, earlier when we started it, oh wow, we actually have 3 pages now. So, earlier, what? How many episodes do we have? Wow, that is quite crazy. We have like 4 pages on Anchor, When we're trying to go through the episode list, there's like 4 pages, which is crazy. And yeah, so we started around, so like from the 4th page, so like the earliest time, we started around like 1 hour and like, okay, shortest like 47 minutes. Longest that time was like 1 hour 30 minutes when we talked about how to get ideas. That was like the episode which I actually prepared really well, and then we talked a ton about it. And then after that, it got as short as 43 minutes, but then there was one which is 1 hour 47 minutes because we have 2 guests on it. We should have cut that into 2 episodes, actually.
Yeah,
obviously.
true.
It could even be like 3 episodes, I think. I think definitely it will make a perfect episode for like a 3-part series as well. But then after that, 43 minutes, it was still like around 43 minutes mark. That was like our shortest, but latest, I think recently, okay, this was like the one published in March. We got it to 40 minutes. And then after that, the one published in May, we got it to 38 minutes. And then the next one when we talk about casual topic safety in Malaysia Home Alone, it got down even further to 33 minutes, which is our new record. So yes, and subsequently we kind of just lowered our bar to like, 30 something minutes is fine, 40 minutes is amazing, something like that. So yes, that's why today I would like to discuss like, why is our podcast getting shorter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Verene, would you like to start first? Finally, sorry, I'm not sure. Were you tired just now, and then you're almost dozing and all that? That's why you're doing various kinds of exercise to kind of wake yourself up.
Yes, I am.
Is it because my content is boring?
No.
Worry about it? Really? You really? I'm really worried from the audience perspective. I'm not sure if it's just like my storytelling skills and all that, something that I probably need to work on. That's why it kind of makes it boring. But I did see that you got kind of tired. But funny now, you can actively speak, which
Okay.
hopefully you won't feel that sleepy at all.
Maybe later even more sleepy because use up all your brain energy. Okay, back to the topic. I feel like maybe the first thing is me getting lazier. Yeah, because we keep emphasizing that we are doing this for fun. We are not doing this for any other reason. We just want to have fun.
I don't know. I am pretty much. I'm pretty active on this thing. Like I would be always the person that engaged. Like, let's do this. Like I wouldn't. It's you. I feel like you kind of do this as like you. Even though we say that this is fun, and then we mutually agree that it's fun, which is why I kind of prefer doing this. But even though we kind of categorize it as fun for you, it's still like a work, isn't it?
I mean, during that moment itself, it's fun. But thinking to do this is like work. But then when I started doing it, it becomes fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But I don't know why. For me, it feels fun. Of course, definitely. I do know that it takes a lot of time. So, but it's not stress. It's not stressful and all that. But I do try to make it as early as possible, so that because it's like kind of like recording a YouTube video. It takes a chunk of your time where you need to be undisturbed. So that is the greatest sacrifice that I need to make. So I need to make sure that this part is undisturbed and I can enjoy all this. But I feel that it could be because I do a lot of other stuff, which I feel like it's harder, like doing data science project, editing videos. All those are considered harder than podcast, which is actually a very simple process, which I think is absolutely fun. That's why I can do it. But of course, I will agree that I have to acknowledge that I am lazy in the in the aspect whereby I rarely do research. Out of how many episodes has that been? Like, I know 50, 60 episodes. Probably only like 5 episodes I've ever researched. Yeah, like other than that, it was really literally I just got on. Like, let's start a podcast and then we're just gonna discuss it all the way, something like that. So I'm lazy in that aspect, but other than that, yeah, I don't think I am lazy unless I am really tired. But I don't know, I guess in UK, because of the morning hours, you just wake up and then do this, so you kind of get energized and all that. Yeah, so yeah. Your point of view.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Plus, especially like today, it's extra tired for me because of like the past 1 week I didn't really get enough sleep. I actually feel very bad when you were talking. I kind of like zone out and all. I feel really bad.
Okay. It's fine. But yes, okay. So, okay, that thing aside, but do you think there's any other than laziness, where we just kind of get it shorter and all that? Because sometimes I do find that it's more like not that I'm definitely I don't feel I'm lazy, just that I don't know, I felt like I ran out of things to talk. That's like one of the main reasons. Yeah.
Same.
So why like what do you think that caused that actually?
Maybe we are not having enough input all the time. As in we don't read enough, or we don't understand enough stuff, or learn about something else more. And most of the time, our topic we don't really research enough.
Okay.
Especially,
I kind of
especially some of those casual topics. I mean, it is casual, and so it's based on what our experience and our life is. So you can't really research as well. So you only have this much. Then of course you can only produce this much.
Okay. All right. Okay, that one. Okay, I quite agree with you, but I don't know. I guess I while I was thinking about this topic, I figured out that there might be another 2 reasons. So first thing first, definitely because what we do is we have this consistency thing where we try to keep up our episodes. We try to make sure that we churn out episode every single week. So we have a Notion page with everything we plan out our ideas and all that. So we would never have nothing to talk about. There is always something to talk about, whether we want to talk about it or not. Yeah, but the problem comes when, even though we have a lot of good ideas, the thing is, good ideas aren't good all the time, because it might be good at the moment where you thought about it, but when it stays there for quite some time, you lose the enthusiasm about it. So when we talk about that topic, we kind of get zoned out because we're not that interested about it anymore. So we can't give as much point as we have back then, something like that. So we just aren't able to share it or something like that. So yeah, that I feel like that's one possible reason. Do you think that's so?
Yeah, I think so too. And another thing that I think it's not related to you, or you can't relate to it, but for me, because most of the time, those podcasts that I listen to, they are actually kind of short, and then the thing that is that they just because they don't really share about like life updates, so they just go straight into the topic, and so it's not that long.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always have feeling like, it's okay to not having a so long episode, as long as we make our point.
Okay.
That's why for me, I can accept it very easily when it's shorter. I don't know, what do you think?
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I think I have a limit like 30 minutes and above. That's my limit. I don't, because I mean, the main thing, even now that I'm listening to a new podcast. Oh, cool. I found a new podcast to listen to. That's great. Yeah, but now I'm listening to the Indie Hackers podcast. So they kind of talk about like startup stuff, how to hack your way through a startup, something like that. And then, that's actually a very short one. But some of them are 24 minutes. But this is still quite long. I guess I'm heavily influenced, not gonna lie, by the Not Overthinking podcast, because that one, always it's like, by the way, I was gonna talk about this, but I forgot about it. Finally, you know, the Not Overthinking podcast has updated. There's a new episode. Just like what I was watching a few of, because like he was doing like, wait, no, yes, wait, I'm in thoughts. Let me just check. Not Overthinking. Yeah. There's a new episode like 2 days ago, because I was watching a few of his daily vlogs, and then he talked about that, okay, there's gonna be an update soon, and then actually there is an update soon, which is amazing. So I'm gonna listen to that soon. I don't know when, maybe tomorrow when I'm at the gym or something. But yeah, like, because I'm heavily influenced by that, what they do is they talk about thoughts and all this, and thoughts and all this, and like their interesting thoughts and all this, and then they share about their personal life, which kind of make it more personal. Like, you kind of see the other side of Ali and all that. And then usually their episodes like 40 something minutes, and they always even go up to a few hours, something like that. So I think I'm heavily influenced by that. So I have a limit whereby I think that, you know, it has to be like 30 minutes and above. And then of course there's always this essential part where we need to share about our life if possible, because it just kind of, you know, I don't interesting. Probably interesting, I don't know. Yeah.
But
So what do you think of that?
But for me, right, because the podcasts that I listen to are usually not that long, and I realize that even through a few different channels, they don't do that long. So for me, and it makes sense for me, because I don't have that long attention span for so long. I mean, for podcasts itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I say I'm listening, maybe I was driving or something, usually the journey is not like super long one. Yeah, if it's like I confirm it's a very long journey, usually I won't play a podcast. Because I might get tired in the middle or something. So if let's say I was playing a song, because I love singing as well, so maybe I'll sing along, and you know, I won't feel that tired when I was driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That is like quite different. But okay, so in this case, since like now we kind of have like differing opinions, so would you like to change any aspect of this podcast?
You mean for our podcast, is it?
Yeah.
I think we can do like both. Sometimes it can be long, sometimes it can be just, you know, if we really don't.
The thing I'm talking about now is like we are, because how do I say it? It's cool to have this like a very loose rule. So like, but the thing is, having a loose rule, it's just like, you know, when I feel like doing it, let's just do it.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. So it's better if we kind of set it into a formula whereby we try to do it this all the time, but then like we try to fit it into fit it for both person. Okay. Good. So, any suggestions?
Maybe you let me think about this first, because my brain is not working that well now.
Okay. But I don't know. I have a few framework in mind. Definitely, I want to keep the live update part. I think that's okay, right? I guess you're okay with it.
Yeah.
I guess definitely the live update part, I want to keep that. But with a new formula, let's try to keep our podcast range between 30 and 45 minutes. 30 and 45 minutes. So when it gets over that, so when it gets around an hour mark, we can consider cutting that into 2 episodes. If appropriate. Of course, like one oh my god, it's so hard actually. There's still a lot of leeways, but so yeah, we try to keep every single episode 30 to 45. If it's beyond that, we try to cut it into 2 episodes, basically.
Okay, cool.
I think that's what we do first.
Alright.
So we kind of cut it into 2. Yeah. So there will be but life updates part we just keep that.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so cool. Yay! We kind of hopefully like of course think about it. Think about any ways that you want to improve it because your mind isn't working now. But when it start to work, try to think about it.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, like okay. So other than that, so one thing is like because we lose enthusiasm, and then you talk about like because you're okay with it being shorter. I don't know. I just guess I don't know. I don't know. I just think that too short is not nice because. I don't know, not in depth. But yeah, like when we talk about not in depth enough, this the third point which I'm gonna share, the third point which I'm gonna share, it's actually about that. I realize I'm not sure. It could be maybe because we're a lot more wiser. That's a better term to kind of compliment ourselves. But because throughout this period, I mean, how many episodes do I have? I don't know. Like rough guess, at least 50. So probably 60 episodes by now. So around 60 episodes, I wonder if we have gotten, let's not use the word wise, but since we have discussed a lot more topics, so it caused our thought process to be a lot faster. And so when we usually talk about something, it's kind of like we solve an issue. We kind of solve an ultimate issue, something like that. So it probably got our thought process a lot faster, a lot clearer, and then usually most when we're trying to find an answer, most topic usually sends. Of course, most topic always have this thing whereby it's like a spectrum. It's better to do most of this, but then never ignore this, something like that. So we just have to figure out which parts we should do most of the time, and then which of the part we shouldn't ignore as well. Kind of like that. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get what I mean? So yeah, I guess it's usually all this kind of framework. So it kind of makes us easier to figure out things. Or I don't know, probably our thought process just got faster. We think things a lot easier, something like that, because it is impressive trying to think about all this kind of stuff at least once a week for consistently for the past 1 year. So perhaps it kind of trained us to be better.
Yeah. I think
something I thought.
I think it is possible because for me, I do also kind of find out my own way of engaging better in discussing the topic for myself, because sometimes when we talk about one point we might talk about it very long, so maybe in between I actually had some idea popping up, but I just can't remember when it's my turn to talk. Yeah, so for me I kind of find my own way also. So I think as the time goes and we do it consistently, we might have already get used to how it works, and everything just becomes slightly more easier for us to think or to talk.
Okay, great, cool, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, like I guess this probably is just a part of growth, part of our growth possibly, I don't know, like, so yeah, it is a cool thing. Yeah, so possibly that is why our podcast is getting shorter. But yes, do you have anything that you think might be the cause? Because like that, the 2 points which I've contributed are basically the two that I thought of.
I think another point maybe is because recently we've been doing more casual topics. So when it's something more. When the topic is something more in depth, of course we talk about it more because we need to really discuss about all the points in order to get each other understand what we want to express and all. But when it's something more casual, it's slightly more easier for us to just get it and come to a consensus or what.
Okay. But actually, in regards to this, I actually thought the opposite side. I literally when I thought about it, I thought it's because that we are talking about like basically the point which I talk about, because we lose enthusiasm in our topic. That's why that is the reason why our topics got shorter. And if we talk about more casual topics, our podcast might get longer. But it's interesting that you have a opposite side of view on this, but I do actually I slightly agree on your side after looking at the statistics because one of our super casual topic, our which is safety in Malaysia home alone. That was actually the shortest of them all, which is 33 minutes, which is something like that. But that's why it's quite interesting. I legit thought whether should we have like should we interchange between like today it is a more casual topic where we talk about why is our podcast getting shorter. This is a very casual topic that we literally just thought of out of thin air just now. I thought about it quite some time. I recommended it just now. But yeah, I thought like topics like this will actually keep us engaged longer because we are slightly more interested in this, so we can talk a little bit more about it. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Either way, it could be true. But it could be true on your side since.
Yeah, if we cut away those live updates.
We only actually have 30 minutes, and so it's not very long, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of true.
Yeah, actually, I come up with this point also after I double check with the episode length. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, episode
I'm looking at Anchor now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, same. I'm looking at Anchor as well. But yes, okay. I guess then casual. Okay, surprisingly, the casual topics are actually shorter. Yeah. But personally, do you prefer more casual topics or like?
I think I kind of like what we are doing now. And sometimes we do some deep topics. Sometimes we do some casual topics because sometimes we are just so tired that we don't feel like recording. But casual topic can just make us like be consistent and just do. But sometimes it feels good when we discuss about something very deep because sometimes you do think about it, but you won't really go and share to a random person.
Yeah,
it gives us a platform to discuss about.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. But yes, one thing. Then you have to come up with more casual topics. I mean, it's always me that come up with all those super casual topics. You have to be the one that come up with casual topics. Just suggest when you think it's the right time to do so. All right. Cool. Any other thing that you would think could that is contributing to the shortness of our podcast?
No, I think that's all. What I can think about for now.
All right. Okay, that's cool. So yes, then in this case, I guess do you have any insights or any other sharings that you want to share other than the live sharing that we talked about? Again, this is I don't know, insight sharing.
I think no. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Neither do I have any sharing. Yeah, I don't actually have any sharing as well. Yeah. I mean, don't have any insights. Some insights literally the tough part is insight that it comes up, but then if you don't record it down, you just forget about it.
Exactly.
Okay, so I guess that's the end of our episode then. So now, starting from now, we try to keep our episodes between 30 and 45 minutes with our live updates still there. Of course, if you're an audience, feel free to message us. We actually did get one of our first audience kind of replied, and then he did suggest us to put some audio snippets on our Ink Thoughts. So if he's listening to this, we actually knew that, we discussed about it, we acknowledge it, but we'll see how it goes because we kind of want to find the efficient way to do this. It's actually a very good idea. I really like that. I love constructive feedback and suggestion like this. I know actively, and by doing this, I know that it can actually help us to reach better audience because by just looking at our stories and all that, or even our posts, people can easily know what we are kind of talking about. So it's cool. But just that because we are doing it as a casual and fun thing, so we need to make sure that we are not making this feel like work. Because by doing this, Verene is already thinking that it's like work, So imagine if we have to do more work, Verene wouldn't enjoy it, and you wouldn't see Verene on the podcast anymore. So yes, that's it's true. But yeah, like okay, so yeah, I guess that's it for this episode. Thanks for the feedback from one of our audience. But we do wish more feedback, email, whatever, messages, whatever. Just send it to us. We'd love to hear that. So yes, that's it for this episode of the podcast. First time we're doing a 2-episode podcast. And yeah, so see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family and leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. If you are not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with the link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@incthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the username of incthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye bye.